Ever feel like your pants are carrying more responsibility than your holster? Yeah, same here. These days, everyone wants a carry gun that's lighter than their lunch and smaller than their vape. That's where micro-revolvers come in little snub-nosed guardians that tuck into your jeans like they were made to be forgotten. But don't let their size fool you. These things aren't range toys or keychain novelties. They're serious little problem solvers, if by problem you mean someone trying to take your phone, your wallet, or your last breath. Today I've got 5 of the most pants-friendly pocket-hugging wheel guns you can buy in 2025. They're light, they're mean, and most importantly, they vanish better than your ex after rent was due. We're talking 22 Magnum Barkers, featherweight 357, and sleek 6-shooters that feel like they're made of magic and caffeine. So, whether you're rocking cargo shorts or hipster denim, these revolvers will ride shotgun without anyone ever knowing. Let's take a look at 5 micro-revolvers that disappear so well you'll check twice before sitting down just to make sure they didn't escape. If you've ever thought, I wish my revolver could double as a pocket charm, the North American Arms Pug might just grant that wish. This thing is so small it makes your car keys feel insecure. I've seen bottle openers that take up more pocket space. But don't mistake this tactical tic-tac for a joke. It's a backup blaster with attitude. The reason it kicks off this list: size and stealth, plain and simple. If the whole idea is to have something that disappears into your jeans without weighing down your waistband or printing through your shirt like a warning label, the Pug nails it. It's a deep concealment champ. You could literally clip it inside your waistband toss on a t-shirt and no one would ever suspect you've got a 5-shot wheel gun hidden in your hip crease. It's also one of the few guns you can throw into your gym shorts or even a fanny pack without feeling like you're dragging around a brick. That makes it perfect for summer carry dog walks or just answering the door after dark with one hand in your pocket and the other on your burrito. Let's hit the specs real quick. Overall length 4.56 inches, barrel just 1 inch, which is barely enough to call a barrel. Weight, a featherlight 6.4 ounces, chambered in 22 Magnum, and you can get it with a cylinder for 22 LR if you like underwhelming noise with your disappointment. But stick with WMR, it bites harder than most folks expect. In terms of performance, it's not built for distance. This is a bad breath range gun, as in you're too close to me and now you regret it. Accuracy is acceptable inside 5-7 yards. The single-action trigger is decent crisp with no drama, but the lack of a front sight on some models means you're mostly point shooting under stress anyway. Reloading. Bring a friend, or better yet, bring another gun. Who's it for? Folks who want something ultra-discreet: an ankle gun, a boot gun, a wallet, carry gun. And yes, there are holsters that let you do exactly that. It's not for gunfights, it's for surprises. The kind where your only option is one-shot close range and hope it counts. Bottom line, the Pug is the revolver version of a hidden blade. Small, sharp, and deadly if you know when and how to use it. If you sneeze too hard while carrying it, double-check your pockets. It might have flown out and taken cover under your floor mat. Imagine stuffing a hand grenade into a soda can and calling it a carry gun. That's pretty much what the Smith & Wesson 340 PD feels like. It's a tiny, ultra-lightweight, hammerless snub-nose that looks like it was designed by someone who asked, what if we made recoil part of the fun? This gun earns its spot because it's probably the most powerful revolver you can stuff into a pair of jeans without looking like you're smuggling bricks. At just under 12 ounces, it's absurdly light for something that can launch full-power 357 Magnum rounds, and yes, it'll remind you of that fact the moment you pull the trigger. Specs. Glad you asked. Overall length 6.31 inches, barrel 1.875 inches, weight 11.8 ounces thanks to a scandium alloy frame and titanium cylinder. Capacity 5 rounds, chambering 357 Magnum, though most people wisely run 38 Special Plus P to preserve their wrist joints. It's Dow only with a fully enclosed hammer and snag-free profile, ideal for pocket or ankle carry. And if you're into minimalist carry, this thing rides just fine in a basic pocket holster or even a soft IWB clip. It won't print unless you're wearing leggings, and if you are, well, that's between you and your lifestyle coach. How's it shoot? Let's be honest, it's a handful. With 38 special loads, it's snappy but manageable. With 357 mag, it's like setting off a firecracker in a thimble. You're gonna feel it in your soul. This is not a range day revolver unless your idea of fun involves bruises and existential dread. But performance-wise, it's surprisingly accurate at close range with a decent trigger for a snub and excellent reliability. What makes the 340 PD special is how well it balances power and portability. It's not comfortable, it's not forgiving, but it's small, lightweight, and absolutely capable of ending a threat fast. It disappears in your pants but brings hell when drawn. Think of it as the revolver version of a rattlesnake, quiet, compact, and violent when provoked. Compared to the L, CR, or the 642, the 340 PD is lighter and more powerful but also less pleasant to shoot. It's for the experienced shooter who values minimal weight over maximum comfort. If you want a pocket gun that punches like it's late for a fight, this is it. Just don't blame me when your hand goes numb after 5 rounds. That's part of the price you pay for carrying thunder in a teacup. The Ruger L-CR is the revolver equivalent of that one guy who shows up to work in sweatpants and still gets promoted. It doesn't look flashy, doesn't try to impress anyone, and yet it just works, every single time. This one earns its slot because it's stupidly easy to carry, shockingly decent to shoot, and refreshingly unpretentious. If you want something that fits in your jeans, rides easy in a pocket holster, and doesn't chew your hand to pieces at the range, this little polymer wheel gun checks all the boxes. Here's what you're working with. Overall length is 6.5 inches, barrel is 1.87 inches, and the weight is a reasonable 13.5 ounces. Chambered in 38 Special Plus P, though you can find L, CR versions in 3, 57, 22, and even 9mm if you're feeling spicy. But this 38 Plus P variant hits the sweet spot for recoil power and practicality. It's the one version most folks can carry daily without second-guessing comfort, capacity, or their ability to shoot it well under stress. Plus, ammo's affordable, which means you'll actually practice, and that's half the battle. The frame is a mix of aluminum and polymer, and it's got a Hogue Tamar grip that feels like it was molded for real hands, not elf fingers. Now, let's talk about shooting. This is where the L-CR surprises people. The double-action trigger is arguably one of the best in any production revolver, full stop. It's smooth, clean, and doesn't feel like you're fighting a spring-loaded bear trap. Recoil manageable even with Plus P loads. It's not a joyride, but it won't leave your hand shaking either. And it's accurate enough to ruin someone's day from 7 to 10 yards without much effort. As a carry piece, it disappears into a jacket or jeans pocket like it was born to live there. It's snag-free, doesn't drag your pants down, and doesn't jab you in the ribs when you bend over. It's a revolver designed by people who clearly carry guns, not just design them in CAD software and hope for the best. Compared to the 340 PD, the L-CR is more forgiving. Compared to the 642, it feels more modern. It's the practical choice for folks who want reliability without theatrics. If you're the kind of person who values quiet competence over loud bravado, the EL-CR is your spirit animal. It's like carrying a silent ninja in your pocket if ninjas had 5 shots and a really nice grip. If Revolvers had a greatest hits album, the Smith Wesson 642 would be track 1. It's the kind of gun that's been around forever, still sells like hotcakes, and just won't die because, frankly, it doesn't need to. Simple works. And this thing, it's the definition of simple done right. The reason it ranks so high is because it balances old-school reliability with modern concealment like few others can. It's a no-BS snub-nose that disappears in your pants, never complains, and always fires. It's not fancy, it's not loud, but if you want something you can trust when life gets sketchy, the 642 is a rock. Here's what you're carrying: 6.31 inches long, 1.875-inch barrel, and weighs 14.6 ounces. It holds 5 rounds of 38 Special Plus P, and it's built on Smith & Wesson's tried-and-true J-frame airweight platform. The fully enclosed hammer makes it 100% snag-proof, and the double-action-only trigger is heavy but consistent. No surprises here. Now, is it fun to shoot? That depends on your definition of fun. The recoil is there, it kicks more than the L-CR, but it's manageable with practice. Accuracy at defensive distances is solid, especially if you put in some dry-fire reps. It's not a range gun, it's a defensive workhorse, the kind of revolver that rides in a pocket for 10 years and still does its job when it finally sees daylight. Comfort-wise, it's a bit old school. The grip is small, the trigger's long, and you're not getting any of the polymer softness of the L-CR. But it's still highly concealable, doesn't weigh down your belt, and fits in more pocket holsters than you can count. Plus, it blends in anywhere, whether you're wearing jeans, khakis, or gym shorts held up by stubbornness and prayer. The finish is also forgiving. It handles sweat, humidity, and lint like a champ, making it one of the few guns I trust to live in a pocket full-time without babying it or wiping it down every night like a diva. Compared to the L-CR, it's a little more traditional and a little less ergonomic, but still a rock-solid choice. Compared to the 340 PD, it's way easier on your hand and your budget. The 642 is like that old pair of boots you keep in the truck. Not glamorous, but when things get rough, that's what you grab. It doesn't want to be cool. It wants to be the last sound someone hears when they push you too far. If the revolver world had a red carpet, the Kimber K6xs would be the guy stepping out of a blacked-out SUV in slow motion. This thing isn't just a gun, it's a statement. And the statement is, yeah, I carry a Snub-Nose, and it's better than yours. The K6xs takes everything you want in a pocket revolver, concealability, shootability, reliability, and then wraps it in just enough style and refinement to make you forget it's a carry piece. It's not the lightest, it's not the cheapest. But it is the one that makes you want to carry it every day just so you can show it off without even pulling it out. Specs. Of course, it measures 6.8 inches long with a 2-inch barrel and weighs in at 15.9 ounces. It's chambered for .38 special only, which may disappoint the Magnum junkies. But let's be honest, nobody enjoys shooting full .357 out of a pocket snub. What you lose in horsepower, you gain in actual usability, and that's what this gun is all about. Unlike some of the older school options on this list, the K6xs has a buttery smooth double-action trigger, a clean front orange dot sight, and a 6-shot capacity, which is rare in guns this size. That extra round may not seem like much, but when your heart's pounding and your grip's sweaty, you'll appreciate the cushion. 6 shots in a frame this size feels like cheating. In a world of 5-shot snubbies, having one more in the chamber is like being the only guy at the poker table who brought an ace up his sleeve, and nobody knows it until it's too late. On the range, it shoots like something much larger. Recoil is tame. Control is excellent. Follow-up shots feel natural. Everything about this gun screams refined performance. Even the grip angle feels just right. And yes, it disappears nicely into a pocket or holster. Not quite as ghostly as the Pug or the 340 PD, but still plenty low profile. Compared to the 642 or L, CR, the Kimber feels more premium. Smoother action, better sights, better trigger, and one more round to work with. It's the only gun on this list that feels like it's ready for a gunfight and a black-tie dinner at the same time. If Bond ever ditched his Walther and went wheelgun, this is what he'd carry in his tailored slacks. Just remember, looking good only gets you so far. Carry it. Train with it. And for the love of God, don't carry a nickel-plated mini revolver in a sock. You're better than that. Pocket carry isn't glamorous. There's no cool appendix rig to flex, no red dots, no fancy comps, just you, your pants, and a tiny wheelgun that hopefully won't print harder than your wallet. But that's kind of the point. These micro-revolvers aren't for showing off. They're for those moments you hope never happen but train for anyway. Each of the 5 guns we looked at does one thing well disappear until it absolutely can't. Whether you're rocking gym shorts, jeans, or that old flannel you refuse to retire, one of these revolvers will slip into your day like it was stitched into the outfit. Let me know what you're carrying or what you think should have made the list. Just don't say North American Arms Sidewinder. We're not doing that today. And for the love of God, don't carry a nickel-plated mini revolver in a sock. You're better than that.